as a coordinated effort with Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds versus Justin Baldoni. This case has been absolutely wild to cover.
Blake said you had to do this and that because he was actually jealous. Y'all, we have to get into this because I want to know what you guys actually think.
So Ryan Reynolds obviously has to be deported back to Canada. Once again, this is a way for the left and the right to come together because no matter where you stand.
There's a book about the art created around Deadpool.
The latest revelations about Ryan Reynolds have sent shockwaves through Hollywood, exposing a side of him that few people expected to see. Known for his charming and witty public persona, Ryan has carefully built a reputation as one of the most likable celebrities in the industry. But behind the scenes, things seem to be very different. With new discoveries coming to light, it appears that Ryan's jealousy may have played a much bigger role in recent Hollywood drama than anyone previously realized. His relationship with Blake Lively, the legal battle with Justin Baldoni, and even his behavior towards other actors and Hollywood execs have all been called into question. And now, with accusations of backstabbing, manipulation, and even attempts to steal film rights, Ryan's image is taking a serious hit.
She really is saying that the villain in all of this is Ryan Reynolds, and perhaps there is an actual jealous husband behind all this.
About Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, but specifically Ryan Reynolds. Also, I got a message yesterday that actually goes along with what Candace just put on her story. Candace Owens took to her IG story today to give us some info.
Wait, let's rewind it.
Drops insider information about Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, but specifically Ryan Reynolds. Also, I got a message yesterday that actually goes along with what Candace just put on her story.
One of the most shocking claims to emerge is that Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively allegedly tried to steal the film rights to a project connected to Justin Baldoni. Using a morality clause, they reportedly attempted to take control of the project in a way that would have cut Baldoni out entirely. If this is true, it suggests that Ryan and Blake were willing to play dirty to get what they wanted. Could this explain why Baldoni has been so vocal in fighting back?
We have a very interesting update to get to revolving around the New York Times smear campaign that existed as a coordinated effort with Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds versus Justin Baldoni. Real top of the A-list movie star. It's The Rock, it's Ryan Reynolds. There's a handful of them, and anybody in the industry that's working with them and making money off them is going to want to keep them happy. And that's just the world we live in. So you sued the New York Times and Taylor Lorenz, who again has kind of been disgracefully, I think, fired from Washington Post and other places.
And I think after I sued the New York Times, she kind of went away. So I don't know if that was the New York Times being like, hey, you almost got us in big trouble here. Because, by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, people, but from what I found from New York Times' own reporting, they have not lost a defamation case since 1964, since there was a ruling that basically covered them from really any type of repercussions when they write these sort of smear campaigns.
She's got a more, a bigger portfolio, and especially Ryan Reynolds does. So it's almost like if I did a student film, I'd be like, oh boy, here we go. But it's like, that's what you signed up for.
Well, and also people should also realize that once they came in with that list of requests, like, how could Baldoni do his job? He, at that point, in my opinion, and from what I experienced, it's like, I wouldn't doubt it if they already had a deal with New York Times, that New York Times was going to cover the story.
And more importantly, was this all driven by Ryan's jealousy over Blake's connection to Justin? Rumors of Ryan's insecurities in his marriage have been swirling for a while. Still, things took a much darker turn when people began questioning whether his jealousy played a role in the legal battle between Blake and Justin Baldoni. It's one thing to feel insecure about your spouse's on-screen chemistry with another actor, but to allegedly manipulate legal contracts and film rights to maintain control. That's next-level jealousy. Suppose Ryan's actions were truly fueled by personal emotions. In that case, this whole situation might not be about business at all. It could be about a fragile ego that couldn't handle the competition.
Blake said you had to do this and that because he was actually jealous. Y'all, we have to get into this because I want to know what you guys actually think. Okay. So if you guys don't know, Blake Lively, of course, is suing Justin Baldoni, saying that he harassed her, saying he was a jerk, saying that he went on a smear campaign to ruin her. Justin Baldoni is saying, I am innocent. None of those things happened. You're just mad that the internet found out who your true nature is. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I read Blake's lawsuit, I was like, yo, what you're being accused of sounds really, really bad. But what got me down on this loophole was that La Cienega Boulevards on Twitter actually made some really good points. She said, yeah, no. I've tried to be impartial, but it's not even remotely possible. Blake Lively is very obviously lying and was banking on nothing other than her star power to make this case stick.
What Ryan Reynolds did not apparently account for was someone bigger or perhaps even richer than Taylor, who got unfairly dragged by his jealous bender. Wayfair Studios had effectively been instantly blackballed, persona non grata in Hollywood instantly, and truly they had done nothing wrong but cast a woman into one of their movies with an allegedly very jealous husband. Her source says that Justin Baldoni is legitimately a good guy, and Wayfair Studios is backed by Steve Sarowitz. And Steve is named in Blake Lively's lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, and he is a billionaire funder behind It Ends With Us, and he claims that Blake Lively was spreading vicious lies. And Candace writes, Wayfair Studios is backed by Steve, a super liberal billionaire who is at the point in life where he just wants to do good. Palo City founder Steve Sarowitz and his wife Jessica plan to give $1 billion to charity during their lifetime and Shudder Family Foundation when they die.
Beyond the Justin Baldoni drama, new information has surfaced suggesting that Ryan may have engaged in some shady dealings behind the scenes. There are now claims that he used his influence to manipulate Hollywood executives, leaving many people questioning how much of his success has been built on strategy rather than talent. If these allegations hold any weight, it would mean that Ryan's rise to fame hasn't been as organic as people once believed. Is this the real reason he has managed to stay at the top of Hollywood for so long?
All right, you guys. So Ryan Reynolds obviously has to be deported back to Canada. Once again, this is a way for the left and the right to come together because no matter where you stand on the topic of mass deportations of illegals, we can now all agree that the moral crimes committed here by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldoni have amounted to high treason. After having read through the amended lawsuit, Ryan absolutely must go home, and I have got some major scoops. I mean, everybody's talking because the sink is shipping and people want to get onto lifeboats. So let's jump right in. So they really did it, guys. They dropped the website. It is the lawsuitinfo.com. As promised by Justin Baldoni's team, they have chosen the path of radical transparency as their preferred method of response. Ryan in character being a funny guy. So he had the female dog, which he called Dog Pool. So read, this was meant to be a bitch, right? A literal bitch. He kept saying that she was looking for a new papa while he was away, okay? Let's watch that clip again so we can all really just feel disturbed right now.
And I guess you've already met Mary Poppins, aka Dog Pool. Careful where you put your hand. She's 90% G-spot and she'll let you know it. You let this little flirt out of your sight for 1 second and she starts shopping for a new papa. If you can't be a responsible pet owner, then maybe you don't deserve this little unicorn. Guilty on all charges, Your Honor. It shan't happen again.
Ryan's alleged jealousy and controlling nature don't just affect his business deals, they've also impacted his relationships with fellow actors. One of the most notable examples is his falling out with TJ Miller, who publicly stated that he would never work with Ryan again. Miller hinted that Ryan was not the easygoing, fun-loving guy he appears to be in interviews. Instead, behind the scenes, he was reportedly cold, manipulative, and calculating. If this is true, how many other actors feel the same way?
I think that Ryan Reynolds, Kate thinks Kate thinks he's super frenemy with me, or even just that he hates me. I could see him hating me. But I said on Hot Ones, I went on Hot Ones and I said that, what was great about Deadpool is they covered up his handsome face because he's so distracting. He must know this, but it's so distracting to look at him, and guys don't want to laugh at him because he looks like the guy that to your high school girlfriend. And then girls don't really want to laugh at him. They just think he's cute, so they'll just look at him. Like Ryan Gosling. Girls don't care if he is talking or acting.
Accurate.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So I think, but he's such a good comedian.
It seems that Ryan's charming persona is just that, an act. As new allegations and first-hand accounts surface, people are questioning whether he has been fooling the public all along. With his legal battle, past feuds, and alleged behind-the-scenes manipulation coming to light, his reputation may never be the same.
Who's the celebrity that owns Mint Mobile? Guess who do all the promotion for Mint Mobile? Ryan Reynolds.
For the final time on this final show, go to mintmobile.com/strikeforce to learn how you can get Mint Unlimited for $15 a month for a limited time. And back to you, annoyingly talented and disturbingly generous sons of bitches.
That's the great Ryan Reynolds.
You know what? If that guy
canceled.
were here right now.
You know, it was always kind of.
And guess who was also a guest at the show, presenting Mint Mobile and making so many commercials for Mint Mobile in the show? Ryan Reynolds.
What?
No, this isn't the, no, I'm not reading the legal.
I think it was 2 days ago that People magazine posted a story. It showed up on my Instagram feed, and it was about Ryan Reynolds being really sad that a boy that he had met, who's 15 years old and struggling with cancer, had sadly passed away. And Ryan Reynolds was, you know, showing his condolences and said that this was such a great guy and blah, 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 which would be a nice thing to do in general, but everyone jumped on him. I could see in the comment section, everyone was like, you're using this situation to try and repair your own image. It's disgusting. It was like, it just continued on and on and on and on. So it's really obvious at this point that Blake and Ryan cannot do anything right.
If Ryan has been playing the Hollywood game to his advantage, what about Blake Lively? Recent reports suggest that she may have been just as calculated, raising questions about whether the couple's perfect marriage is all part of a larger brand strategy. If both Ryan and Blake have been carefully curating their public image while making moves behind the scenes, how much of their success has been earned and how much has been taken?
What Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds seemingly did, they're trying to cover up a crime. That's what I really do think is happening here. She came out with allegations of sexual harassment. That's how it started. There was a lot of drama in the summer when the film It Ends With Us released. And a lot of people were sort of following the drama, wondering why was there drama. No one really understood until she later dropped the lawsuit like 2 days before Christmas to ruin all their holidays. But that first drama was, people were sort of just noticing that Blake Lively was not the nicest person. Like, she was a mean girl, tone deaf, for things that were being called out. And just for sake of brevity, like, the two big things were she was promoting her alcohol brand during a film that's about domestic violence, which was just a really bad look, given that most domestic violence is, these celebrities can be assholes.
Yeah.
It's a reality.
And that's why the
people are expecting, like, oh my God, yeah, and They're not.
Well, the Ryan Reynolds thing, I would think that he would be, you know, everybody, like, I see him as one person, and then the truth is, apparently he's not a nice guy.
Well, it's funny, I worked with Ryan Reynolds.
Really?
I actually worked with Ryan Reynolds, so that's where I've been conflicted about this whole story, because I did a show called Honest Trailers way back, which was very popular, very proud of it. And we did the Honest Trailer for Deadpool, and we reached out to Ryan Reynolds, and he ended up appearing in his own Honest Trailer. We wrote the script for him. He was so collaborative, like, so nice. Like, I had such a good level of, like, people would ask, what's the best celebrity you've worked with? And I was always like, The Rock and Ryan Reynolds were the two best people I'd worked with, which I'd always heard problems with. Now, granted, they were being creative with me. They may have been on their best behavior.
As the battle with Justin Baldoni continues, legal experts are now seriously questioning whether Ryan and Blake could face legal consequences for their actions. If it's proven that they attempted to manipulate contracts or acted unethically, it could lead to major lawsuits. Could this be the scandal that finally catches up with them?
Are you going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion, Megan. Wait till you see this lawsuit.
Oh boy. Well, for what?
I'm just going to tell you, you're going to have to wait and see. It's coming up soon. But it's all going to be based on evidence. It's not going to be just a lawsuit. It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, admissions, documents, which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin. And that's what it's going to be, essentially about. But there will be a number of causes of action. There's a number of different defendants here. Stephanie Jones will be all over this complaint.
With so many questions surrounding Ryan's true nature, some fans have been looking back at past moments where he may have accidentally revealed more than he intended. One of the most interesting moments was when Ryan and Hugh Jackman took lie detector tests, an experience that had some very telling reactions. If Ryan's real personality differs from what he presents to the world, this moment could reveal more than we think. All of this weren't enough. Even Ryan and Blake's past choices are coming under scrutiny. People are revisiting the fact that they got married at Boone Hall Plantation, a location known for its history tied to slavery. While the couple later apologized, the fact that they initially defended the decision only adds to the growing skepticism about their character.
So now I've walked up to the house here, as you can see. Now this is, they really only filmed on the outside here. They didn't film anything on the inside of the house, surprisingly. I thought that they did, but this is right where they have the argument, and she's like, "It's over."
It's over. Okay, it's over.
One of the more hard-hitting areas here on the Boone Plantation are the slave quarters. All these little brick buildings, they almost look like old brick tiny homes, and each one has something interesting to show about how life was like living on the plantation.
For years, Ryan Reynolds has been viewed as Hollywood's golden boy, a quick-witted, likable star with seemingly no scandals to his name. But now, with allegations of jealousy, manipulation, and unethical business dealings coming to light, that image is quickly falling apart. From his feud with Justin Baldoni to his alleged attempt to steal film rights to his Hollywood power plays and behind-the-scenes betrayals, Ryan seems to have been hiding a much darker reality. And with more people speaking out, his carefully built empire may be crumbling faster than anyone expected. The only question now is, how much more will be revealed before Ryan Reynolds' reputation is completely beyond repair?